The fourth generation Maruti Suzuki Swift has been launched in India with a starting price of rupees 6.49 lakh and topping out under 10 lakh at rupees 9.64 lakh. There are multiple variants, multiple colors, new design options and even a new engine. What are you waiting for? Let's check it out. We start with the front of the new 4th generation Maruti Suzuki Swift and more or less it's an evolutionary design even though they're calling it the 4th generation, and some of the new elements here include this new blacked out grille, the shape of the headlamps which actually give the car a very unique look over the previous generation vehicle. The hood has got kind of shorter while this overhang has come out a little more. The car has also got a now hunkered down stance. Overall, you would recognize it as the Swift, but it's a completely new generation, and when you see it, you'll know the difference between this car and the previous one. We're here on the side of this new 4th generation Maruti Suzuki Swift, and there are one or two major changes. The black roof for the floating effect has been retained, but most importantly, the door handles have moved from here to here. And it was an issue with the car of the past. This actually makes it look really premium, and on this top spec model you get it in the body color. The other big change is of course you get this huge line here and the design for the alloy wheels, which are still those diamond cut machine one, but with a more swirly pattern to give the car a faster appearance even when it's standing. We're here at the rear of this new 4th generation Maruti Suzuki Swift, and overall the shape is kind of exactly the same as the outgoing model, and that's not a bad thing because it's iconic in that way. The loading lip has got lower, the bumper has got bigger, and the biggest change is of course the tail lamps that are C-shaped, go around the edge and have a smoked infusion in them. We're here in the front row of this new 4th generation Maruti Suzuki Swift, and as a Swifter myself, I can tell you that this cabin feels very, very familiar in terms of looks, touch and feel. But there are quite a few new things here. New is of course the touchscreen, which is now a 9-inch unit. New is the climate control interface, which was dials before and it's toggles now. And the instrument cluster too is slightly modified. Now dimension wise, it feels exactly the same: headroom, shoulder room, leg room. And the Swift as such is a car that's oriented towards the front occupants, towards drivers or front occupants, and this looks and feels very familiar, and that I would say in terms of initial impressions is a really nice thing, because the seating dynamics of this 3rd generation Swift was really nice and it's been carried on into this car, and that is something that's commendable for Maruti Suzuki. The second row of the Maruti Suzuki Swift. Now overall, from the 3rd generation car, the look and feel is very familiar once again. You get these nice seat back pockets, this textured material on the seats, but there are 2 or 3 big changes. You get slightly larger bottle holders on the doors, and you get central AC vents, something that's not been present in the Swift for a long time. You also get 2 USB-C fast charging ports. We don't know if it will be offered in every variant. We don't even know if the rear AC vents will be offered in every variant, but here in this top spec model you do get it. Now in terms of knee room, shoulder room, knee room is a bit tight with this driving seat adjusted to my position, but headroom and shoulder room not an issue for 2 people. You still don't get a headrest for the central occupant, but you do get a 3-point seat belt. That means this is more or less strictly a space for 2 occupants. The overall boot space of this 4th generation Maruti Suzuki Swift is unchanged. It's a little bit higher in capacity, but overall you'll get exactly the same amount of boot space. Maruti Suzuki says it's lowered the loading lip, which should make things easy. It was an issue with the previous car because the back was quite high, but that's not an issue anymore. And this, of course, being a Maruti, the back seats fold down completely for additional cargo space. In fact, that's been a signature of Maruti cars right from the beginning. We're talking about the original Maruti 800. What you see here is Maruti Suzuki's new 1.2 litre Z series petrol engine. It's a mild hybrid petrol engine, 3 cylinders, and replaces the 4-cylinder K12C engine that's been there for a long time. This engine produces around 80 bhp and 110 Nm of torque, and can either be had with a 5-speed manual or a 5-speed AMT. Maruti claims an officially high mileage, much higher than what you get with the K12C, and that it looks like the emphasis of getting this engine to India. This engine will of course move to the other Maruti models that are using this. Now we've checked out the Maruti Suzuki Swift, and here are about 3-4 things that you need to know. Prices start at rupees 6.49 lakh. It's available with a new mild hybrid 1.2 litre 3-cylinder petrol engine. The mileage is written below. It will be available with 5-speed manual and a 5-speed AMT. Now in terms of design, you get new headlamps, new wheels and new tail lamps. Inside, the climate control system has been changed. You get a bigger touchscreen and a bigger color MID. Now, more importantly, we'll be driving this all-new Swift in a few days. So if you have some questions, you can leave it for us in the comment section below. Also, we want to know what you think about this car. You can leave that too in the comment section below. And before we sign off, here's a reminder. Are you enjoying the content of this channel? Do hit those like, share and subscribe buttons, and also that bell icon to be notified the instant we put out a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.